Hello, beautiful family. Thank you for making it over here to the YouTube streets. Okay, this is the Mystic Healer coming through with some beautiful jewels on this Talk About It Tuesday. Really quick, I pray that everyone is doing well. I send you all beautiful love, light, positive energy, all that great stuff. Remember, whatever you're going through, always think about the positive things going on in your life. I understand it's hard, family. Like I said, I talk about these things because I go through them as well. But I've learned to embrace all the beautiful things in my life. I have no complaints at this moment. Things are always working out, okay? And that's what I want you guys to say. No matter what, things are always working out for me, okay? On this Talk About It Tuesday, speaking on this beautiful journey called life, I want to talk about the mask that some of us wear in our lives, and I believe we all fall victim to it sometimes. And I'm going to just break it down a little bit as far as this journey. I want to go into a little more details when I talk about wearing a mask. I've worn a mask in my life, and I had to learn how to take it off. And what I mean by that, I had to really embrace who I was and really start to love myself to the point where I don't give a flying what anybody think or say. We got to understand that life is definitely a journey, and for those of you who understand, you understand on this journey called life, there's obstacles. Sometimes we end up shrinking ourselves around people, and I'm speaking as far as a lot of us who are on the spiritual journey to self-knowing, self-understanding, understanding who we are. Quiet, Lucy. We sitting out here at the park, family, okay? Enjoying this beautiful sunshine in the Chi-Town, okay? But yes, I want to talk about the how I had to realize myself. I felt like I was being fake. Being around people, dumbing myself down, not really speaking my truths, worried about what other people think or say, worried about hurting other people's feelings and things like that. And I had to stop doing that. Even before I got on a spiritual journey, I looked back at my life and I seen all the times I was around so many people, and I always still felt like an outcast. No matter what, even if I was turning up, smoking, drinking, no matter what, partying, all of that, I still did not feel like I fit in. And as time went on in my life, I had to really embrace and love myself for who I was at this moment. And on this beautiful, beautiful spiritual journey, I understood that I'm not for everybody. And you're not going to be for everybody, family. But you also have to embrace the people that do love you, the people that understand you, and the people who are on the same level. I'm sorry, this is the reality. We can go around all day long and say, yeah, people have a right to believe and do whatever. Absolutely they do. Absolutely, we still love them the same. I feel like we all supposed to be able to coexist on this planet and embrace it. But you also have individuals that you will be around, and when they know who you are, they test you, they throw their beliefs in your face, and I started to get to the point where I'm not going to debate with anyone when it comes to this religious stuff and spirituality. I'm not going to debate with anyone. I'm going to stay true to myself, true to my knowledge, true to me, true to the self-knowing journey, self-love journey, understanding, showing love, being open-minded, and loving myself and taking my mask off. wearing masks in relationships, wearing masks in friendships, being around people, and some of the, you can't really truly be who you are because you're worried about what people are going to think or say. And, then when you really show who you are, people think you being fake. I'm the type of person like this. And y'all know, if you know me, family, you know me. I'm a very loving person. I love on people. I love on strangers, all that. I believe love in our heart is powerful. We got to start moving in love energy and stop moving in this energy where we got to prove to each other who's right and who's wrong. Once I started to get to this point of strength in my life, and I said, okay, you know what? I got to stand my ground and stand firm on who I am and what I truly understand and know about myself and my life and this journey, this spiritual journey. Some people may say that, you're fake because you're one way this way and you're one way that way. I'm going to say this. I learned how to adapt to all people. So yeah, you may get a little of the physical different, but this is what makes you special. You got to know when to turn certain energy that you carry on and off. You can't be the same all the time around every single person. You can't. Because you know why? Because you're not going to get great results. And I mean, when you're being like negative and, certain things. Now, this is how I look at it too. I ain't even gonna go into that aspect of it. I'm gonna say on a positive aspect of it. When people say, they fake, they act like one way, then they act like this way. One thing, if you know me, you know me. What you see is what you get. And I'm not about that. So I'm about the love. But I also can get, I can go the other way too. It's your choice, you pick. And that's what life. We can't go through life trying to please everybody. We can't go through life. Oh, you don't like what I said. Oh, you don't. Okay, let me not talk about that. Let me be quiet. And I notice so many people pushing stuff on you. Me on this spiritual journey, I'm going to be real, y'all. I'm going to be real, family. Some people I be around who's in churches and religion and things like that, they have a tendency to, when they know who you are, because some of these folks literally think a lot of us spiritual people are like devil worshipers. We don't believe in God. We're about devil. They think we worship the sun, the moon, and all this weird ass shit that they thinking we own. You know what I'm saying? And understand, and instead of looking at the divinity and the positivity that come out of spirituality, we don't talk about this, family. I don't want to keep going into it, but I'm very passionate about that because it's so many people that's quick to judge us. And I noticed a lot of the people that judge and some of these people that sit up in these churches are some of the most evil people walking this planet. I'm being honest. I'm not saying all, because there's a lot of beautiful, great people in churches and things like that. I'm just being honest with my experience. I'm not saying every person is like that. I'm speaking on the experience I've had with people who sit in these churches and try to dog out and talk about us spiritual beings and don't have a clue who they are. These are the type of energies I'm talking about. And even with a lot of us on the spiritual journey, I had to too kind of like, one thing I'm going to say, I'm not finna try to force nobody to understand or get knowledge in certain things. That's not what we're here to do, but we're not going to stop speaking our truths. We're not going to stop expressing how we feel, because a lot of this enough is enough. Family. So this is for my family too, who's on that spiritual journey. If you new to it, you getting enlightened. At the end of the day, family, the spiritual journey boils down to who you are, tapping into yourself. Understanding that you didn't come from, I gotta say it. Y'all didn't come, for us to really sit here, especially the Black community, for us to sit here and think that we all came from Adam and Eve, a white man and a white woman. Come on, family. You know what I'm saying? We got to think about it. We got to think about the creation. Let's get logical. Like, how would we have... Where you going, Lil? Look, family, she thinks she going somewhere. She thinks she going somewhere, y'all. I'm out here picnicking, family, you know, out on this beautiful day. I'm back home. I'm loving it. And I ain't going back to Michigan no time soon. To visit my family, absolutely. I do want to say I had to switch up real quick, family. I love Michigan. I have a lot of love in Lansing, Michigan. A lot of great things. Lansing, Michigan played a major part of my life, so there'll always be a place in my heart for that, for Lansing, always. You know, but it was time for me to make a move, and my calling was to come back home. So yes, family, I am back home. So yes, I just wanted to really quickly come through with these jewels on this beautiful Talk About It Tuesday, because we all go through life wearing a mask, and we decide whether we want to continue our journey wearing a mask, or do we want to take the mask off. Switching up your energy when you in certain environments isn't being fake. It isn't wearing a mask. The way you treat people, the things you do, when you enter people's lives, and then you're a totally different person behind closed doors, and you know you do things that isn't the greatest. Or you on this spiritual journey, and you're constantly around people who doing the same shit, same stuff, don't want to open their mind, acting real low vibrational, you know. This is just reality, family, because we got to spit this out. We have a tendency to dumb ourselves down. We have a tendency to shut up. We have a tendency to not speak our truths. And this was me. You know, I was still around people who I felt like I couldn't really be my true authentic self. I couldn't talk about certain things because people want to get upset, get offended, overtalk you, you know. And then when you try to get deep on some people, that's why you got to understand, on this journey called life, you're going to meet people that's going to come in your life, and they're either it's for reasons, seasons, or lessons and blessings. And we got to understand that, and understand that some people are in our lives to teach us things, and some people are in our lives for the long haul, and some people are in our lives for the short haul. And I had to learn in my life, especially when it came to friendships, if you're not connecting with individuals who's trying to elevate your mind to a different level outside of this materialistic 3D reality, how are you ever going to understand who you really are? And that even goes with us indigenous, beautiful, melanated people in the US. That's a whole nother topic, family. A whole nother topic. Oh, I'm sorry, girl. Okay. That's a whole nother topic. I was sitting up there today. I was like, you know, let me do a video on wearing a mask. Because we all have, at some point, fallen a victim to it. Even like, you know, say for instance, I call wearing a mask is not the same as wearing a mask. Let me see how I can phrase this where it makes sense, because I like my stuff to make sense. Okay. I will say wearing a mask is somewhat, it's like being fake. You're not being true to yourself. And I felt if I got to be around anybody and feel like I got to compromise who I am, I'm just not going to deal with you. I'm going to love you from a distance. If I feel like you making me question who I am, if I feel like you making me feel belittled, if I feel like you trying to compete with me, if I feel like, you know, you jealous of me, as spiritual beings, we can feel these energies. I feel it. I'm very intuitive. That's why my circle tight. My circle a dot. My circle is family. And anybody that's close to me, super close to me, that I deal with, is family. whether it's friends or whether some people would consider it friends in the 3D and spiritual realm. I don't go by 3D shit. I don't go by 3D families, blood and all that. I don't do that. I go by spirituality. I go by people's spirits and souls, because we're all spiritual beings. Just because your parents birthed out the same sibling, y'all all came from the same parents, don't mean y'all, just everybody's spirit is supposed to be connected. You have some spirits that are supposed to be connected, and you have other spirits and souls that have come from a past life for you. But that's a whole nother story, family. I don't want to get into that because I don't know if everybody ready for that yet. Okay, family. But I miss y'all, man. I had to come through with a video so I could give you guys an update on just a few things. Just get some of my good energy out there, family. You know, because I do miss doing this, and I just want everyone to know that everything is always working out for you, no matter what. I want you to always remember that, okay? Don't ever get discouraged, because things are always working out. You trust in the divine, trust in the Most High. Release. I had to learn when things happen to me, and things has happened to me, it's always a beautiful big thing that happened afterwards. So I don't even care anymore. These little bitty tiny things, setbacks and things some of us experience in our lives, I always look at it, I have been through so much worse. You feel me? So once I got through my challenges, it's all about how we handle our energy and transmute our energy, because we are not the same. We're not like we used to be on this spiritual journey and spiritual ascension. You're not the same. You know, here, sit down, Lucy. Sit down, because I don't know why you up. Sit down. Yep, sit down. You okay? Hi. That's my Lucy, y'all. She came to Chicago with me, okay? Little Lou. You say hi, Lou? She just loves it. She loves it. You say hi? But yes, family, I just wanted to come through with this video on this beautiful day, send some love, high vibes. Remember, take your mask off. Don't wear no mask around people, because I feel like this. Either the right people are always going to gravitate towards you all the time. I done met, you know, on my journey, people have fallen away, but also I know that the divine is orchestrating beautiful things for good people to come in my life, my soul family, things like that, you know. So I'm really not out here searching for friendships and things like that, because what is for you will come to you. I'm more so focused on my journey and my well-being. You know, of course, I'm about the world. I'm about love and things like that. But you also have to take care of yourself. And I'm learning to pour into me more. And it's not because I don't love people and I'm selfish. You shouldn't be considered selfish because you want to take care of your mental health more. Pour into you more, especially for a lot of us empaths who have gone around here wearing masks, pouring into people and not getting it reciprocated. After a while, you like, man, damn, it feel good to take care of me and just focus on me for a change. Because when you focus so much on other people, pouring into other people, making sure everybody else is okay, are you good, are you this, you lose sight of your purpose and who you are. And a lot of the times, yes, our purpose can be tied up into the things that we do for other people. But in order for us to be right, to do the things that we are chosen to do, we have to be right within ourselves. And that's just what I had to work on for me, because I know there was a lot of things I was battling with myself that I had to work on. You know, I don't sit around and try to act like I'm perfect or better than anyone. You know, I have love. I have forgiveness in my heart. You know, once we can forgive and love people and move forward in our lives, it doesn't matter who hurt you or whatever. I have forgiven so many people. I don't keep any malice or ill will in my heart. I don't keep any bitterness, any anger, anything. I just have nothing but love in my heart, because I had to learn how to understand we are all spiritual beings. And a lot of the times when people do things that's not so nice to you, and you haven't done anything. I'm not talking about folks who out here deserve some of the stuff they get. I'm talking about individuals who's not out here to destroy people. We're just out here trying to do what we've been chosen to do. And people attack you. You got to understand this is, and when I say you got to understand, family, I'm saying me too. I'm not sitting on here acting like I got all the answers and I don't go. No, y'all know I'm always say that because for those of you who just tap into my video, you're going to understand that I always talk about things because I want you to know I'm there with you because we in this shit together, stuff together. I'm sorry, family. I ain't trying to cuss like that, but we in this together, okay? So you're not alone. And I'm going to always be rooting for you guys. Anybody who is in a sunken place, and it's not always, another thing, it's not always about who got more money and who got less money. People with no money, they're the only ones that go through things. People go through things. Human beings. We're not talking about a class of who got the people with, because this is the problem we have too. And I'm saying this, family, because I thought this way too, okay? I have a tendency to try to, I try to catch myself when I feel like I'm in that energy. We have a tendency to, people who have a lot of money, we have a tendency to not have any sympathy for them. Oh, they got all that money, there ain't no reason, this and that. But sometimes we got to think about our mindsets. We think because these people got money that their life is perfect. They shouldn't be mad. They shouldn't have shit going on. Why you mad? Why you this? Why you that when you got all that money? But see, what we got to understand, okay? First off, when you thinking like that, you thinking in a 3D aspect. You're not looking at this person as an individual, a spiritual being who goes through things in life. We all have a life journey. So you can look at someone and not know that they got a life journey and a story. Because they driving a Benz, a Bentley, BMWs, Teslas, and all that stuff. Just because they driving these cars, that don't mean that they don't have things they got going on within themselves. So once we can really start understanding and taking our mind off of the 3D aspect of our lives and understand that no matter how much we try to pacify, self-medicate, use other things to, help us with what we're going through, it's not going to ever change until we really take that time to sit, meditate, open your mind, connect with the divine, connect with your ancestors, connect with the Most High, and understand that a lot of the things you go through in our lives, we ain't going through it. We growing through it, family. We ain't going through nothing. We growing through it because life happens. Some of us get dealt a shitty hand in life. I felt like I did it as a child. But as I grew up and I started going through all these different challenges and I became stronger and stronger and stronger. And then it started to soften my heart more and more and more. And I had to realize, dang, this is just who I am. I used to wonder why. I used to think I was kind of weird a little bit because she flying on that scooter. Sister flying on that scooter in her scrubs. Okay, she trying to get to work, okay, or home. Okay, I like them scooters though. But yes, family, once we understand that, I just wanted to go into that because I feel it's really important for us to understand how important it is for us to just take our mask off and be who we are, because your family will find you always. You'll always find your soul tribe. Say, hey, we ain't for everybody. And it's okay, family. We just not for everybody. And it's okay because the people we are for, they gonna love us. And we gonna love them back. And then we're gonna do some beautiful things on this planet because we're gonna stay in our truth, walk in our truth, and understand who we are and stand in our power. And you know what that power is? The power of self-knowing. Understanding who you are, standing in your truths. And if people around you got a problem with it, tell them to kick rocks with flip-flops. We ain't pressed. We ain't worried about that. We ain't worried about what people sitting up worried about, thinking and saying about how we move as spiritual beings. I'm away, family. Good. How you doing? filming. Folks walking through the park. I don't like getting too engaged in conversations. I like to, when I'm doing videos, family, I like to speak, cut it short, because I don't need you coming over here trying to talk to me while I'm filming, okay? So I just wanted to come through with these jewels, family. I haven't filmed in a while. And you know what I learned too? It's okay to be by yourself sometimes. You ain't got to have a whole bunch of people around you all the time. I get drained. I'm going to be real. I get so drained when I'm around a lot of people sometimes, and it's a little chaotic. So sometimes when I first started my journey, I always had anxiety really bad. Like, I had issues with anxiety for years, until I started my spiritual journey. I recently tiny bit get a little anxiety here and there, but I haven't had major issues with anxiety in a very long time. And a lot of it is due because I have to learn how to be at peace with myself. Usually anxiety and stress and all that, it comes from us being in our head. We always thinking things that we shouldn't, and not living in a moment of embracing the good things in your life. I stopped focusing on negative things in my life. I stopped focusing on negative people. I stopped giving negative people time of day. Because sometimes people bring it at you. I ain't kidding you. Sometimes people will bring it out of you. But I started learning, ain't nothing wrong with giving people a piece of your mind. Nothing wrong with it, family. But I'm like 46 years old. If we can't start becoming more intentional about being in people's lives genuinely, we need to stop trying to have connections. And I'm talking about friendships right now. I'm not talking about relationships. I'm talking about friendships, because that's an issue too. We talk about our significant others and things like that, but we also need to start talking about I stopped using friends so freely. I don't use that word freely, because we got to understand, on this journey called life, some people come in your life disguised and have a purpose, and that purpose is not to befriend you, family. Sometimes that purpose is to destroy you, for real. So you got to be careful, especially on this journey, of the people we let in our circles, the people we sit up and we try to be friends with, and you know, it's okay to fall back from people. I'm like this. I'm not going to explain to no adult. I'm 46, like I said. I'm not going to explain to nobody what you doing wrong, and because you know what you doing wrong. Whenever I meet a new connection, a friend, I let them know off rip. I don't have a problem. I cut people off and I keep it moving. I don't give you an I'll let you know, but then I'm going to block you. And then I'm done. Because I have to protect my peace. I have to protect my energy. And once we start blocking out negative energy, family, your vibration goes up. It gets higher. It gets higher. And I notice when I start hanging around people that are very negative and just not good people, backstabbers, negative, mean, gossip, liars, you know, people like that. When you around them people and you're a highly spiritual being, that is draining. It is draining. Because as a spiritual being who is trying to, and I feel like this, I can only do so much for individuals, because I'm a mentor. I'm a speaker. I like to speak. I like to try to help people with my words and my loving energy to help heal people. But I'm learning on this journey, everybody can't be healed. Not everybody is in that energy of wanting to become a better human being. So once you see that, you got to keep it moving. Because some people, especially the people who you know and you see are not trying to become better, they're not trying to change, they on the same ish. And it's not even about, I'm not even going to try to judge people's habits, okay? You know what you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing. I'm talking about the way some of these people move that's in our lives or in your life. My life, I'm going to be honest, my life is so peaceful. My life is peaceful. I don't have no issues. Any issues that I feel stemming or boiling or trying to come up, you cut off, period. Because I protect my energy. You know why I protect my energy, family? Because I know the person I used to be. And a lot of the times, if I keep feeding, going back and forth and feeding and allowing certain negative energies in my life, I know I'm going to go back to that old LaFrance. And I'm not trying to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because some people will take you there. And that's what some of these spirits are. It's not even the people, these spirits that's in these, possessing these vessels of these human beings. You can't keep having these people in your life and keep trying to negotiate with some of these dark spirits. You got to get them up out of there. Because some people are here only for one purpose, to destroy you. Because when we were created with a purpose. You have light, you have dark. Some people choose dark, stay in the dark, don't come out the dark. Some of us who have chosen dark, we come out. We stand and we go to the light and we stay out the dark. Unless we need to handle some stuff, okay, I need you for a minute, fam, okay? We got something to handle. That's different. Okay, y'all, I'm just saying, because it be like that sometimes. I'm just kidding, y'all. I'm just kidding. I'm not, but I am. Y'all know I ain't. But yes, family, these are just the things that protects our energy. Okay.